Yesterday, I'm not sure when did you drop off? I was kept on explaining, and then later I saw that you were also not there. Sarva, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So I was saying yesterday you dropped off. I was not aware. Okay. Okay, so let me start. Hey, hi Maruti.
Good morning, Srikanth.
Good morning. Okay, so let me share my screen. Now let's so I'm not sure whether Maruti you have gone through the recording the last two classes, but anyhow I'll give you a quick walkthrough again. Yeah. So I don't know whether you got a chance to install the Tableau in your system or not. So this is how your Tableau will look like. Okay, so this is basically a designer page in which you can, look at your data. You can do a lot of different pre-processing, and you can build your visualizations. All that thing is possible in this particular page. Okay, uh, so here we talked about data yesterday. So like in this option, you will have multiple options. So here I'm using Tableau Public. There's a reason we are seeing a limited option, but if you are going through Tableau Desktop, then you will find several options, several connectors listed there. So you can connect to SQL Server, you can connect to Oracle, Salesforce, many other sources. Okay, so all those list of sources, will be mentioned in Tableau Desktop. You just click on that particular source and then enter your credentials, so it will connect with your enterprise data sources. Okay, so for now, it is like mostly the standard uh, files and Microsoft Access, which is a kind of open free version of uh, Microsoft database. So that's something okay. You can easily connect with Tableau Public, but if you want to connect with any proprietary or enterprise data sources, then you have to go with the Tableau Desktop. So section part is not that difficult. Okay, so the major part which you have to learn is like how to pre-process the data, how to prepare the data, and then how to build new fields, how to create new parameters, and then how to create charts, and then how to put all those charts to build a holistic dashboard, for your stakeholders. So that's something we will learn in this course. So if you want to connect to any Excel file, just go here, select Microsoft Excel. So here, this particular data set comes along with your Tableau software. So you search for My Tableau repository. So here it is. You look at the path. So in the documents folder, I have this My Tableau repository. So if you click there, click in this particular folder, then there would be another folder known as data sources. And in that, there would be multiple subfolders, and in which you will find this particular Excel file. So I'm just clicking on it. It will show, what all different sheets are there in Excel file. So we have three sheets, orders. So to explain you about the data set, this data set is about a store which sells different kinds of products like technology products, furnitures, and some other products. And it is just like any retail outlet. Okay, so customer comes in, they buy the product, and then so all those transactions will be captured. So that is your orders table, where you will find which customer is coming and what they are buying, what is the price of the product, what is the total amount they paid, in which region, all those details you will get it. So if you want to quickly check it, just drag and drop this particular table here. You'll find all the list of columns: order date, ship mode, customer name, segment, region, city, all this product category, subcategory, and all those things. So basically, you can consider this as a transactional data, okay, which is sitting in the orders table. What is overall sales, quantity, discount, and what kind of profits the business has made based on that transaction. Another table is people. So basically, these are like regional managers. Okay. So in each of the regions, so who are the regional manager? Now the business would like to see, like, okay, in any particular region, the sales are not happening, the sales are low or the profits are low, and they would like to know that who is the regional manager of that particular region, so that they can discuss with that person and understand what are the issues and all those things, right? So it works well, if you have more number of regional managers and you are not sure, for which region which manager has been assigned, and then you can include that information into your dashboard. That would help the business stakeholders, to understand or to identify the um, people in that particular region. Okay, so here, so if you have to map, if you have to get this regional manager data or information into your orders table, then you have to join this orders table and the people table. On which variable, on which field you will join these two table would be this region column, because this region column is also there in the orders and this region column is also there in the people, right? So you can add these two tables based on the region. The good part with this is if you just drag this orders table here, automatically it will identify, from on which column it has to add. So region from the people and the orders from the region from the orders table, it has all automatically identified, and then it has defined this particular relationship. So sometimes what happen is in different tables, same field will be named differently. So in that case, you have to go and explicitly you have to go and select that particular column on which you want to build that particular relationship. Okay, but this Tableau, the good part is like it will map the similar fields, and based on that, it will define the relationship. So that is people. And then this last table is returns. There are certain products which got returned, right? So what are those order ID? And, and this is the uh, field uh, which is giving us information like whether the product has been returned or not, right? So again, you have the order ID in this, and if you want to bring this particular information, returned information, into this particular table, you just drag it here, and automatically again this will identify the relationship, define the relationship based on the order ID. Okay, so this is how you can even drop the people also here. So it will do the multiple joining, saying select matching field to code. Okay, so it is saying. Uh, Yeah, so it's saying it didn't find, right? In people and returns table, there was no unique or there's no identical fields. So that's the reason we got the error. So when I dropped this people after the orders, then it identified the relationship, right? So it would be better to first put orders, then people, and then return. Okay. Okay, so now if you join these all tables and if you go to the sheet, you will find all the fields from different tables. Uh, this is order, this is people team. So you are getting the fields from the people table, you are getting the fields from the returns table. All the tables will be listed here. So here I'm using a one single Excel sheet in which we have three different tables, three different sheets. Similarly, you can have different data sources where you will have multiple tables across different data sources. And if you can define the relationship across those tables, then you can find all that tables listed here, okay, and along with their fields. Now, once the relationship is built, then you can kind of see if I'm putting segment here, which is coming out from my order table, and I want to see how many orders got returned from each of this segment. Okay, so I will bring this particular returns count into text. So uh, this is my data now. Okay, so I can understand that from overall all these segments, basically the consumer segments are getting more returns. Okay, the orders are getting returned mostly from the consumers. So here this information is coming out from multiple tables. One is coming from the return table and the other segment information is coming from the orders table. So, so this is how it works. Okay, so I'm just clearing it off. So this is about the data. And in the analytics, you can do a lot of things like these are like advanced analytics. You can calculate the medians, quartiles, box plots. You can find out the median, and with 95% confidence interval, you can do some kind of forecasting, some clustering. Okay, all that is kind of included in this analytics tab. Earlier, it was not there, but now they are making this whole platform more mature. So they are bringing some advanced analytics features also into this particular platform. Okay, so now let's get started with some basic charts. So yesterday we discussed about the bar chart. So bar chart is primarily used, when you have to uh, measure, based on some dimension. So yesterday we talked about measures and dimensions. So measures, so this green color, okay, all the variables which are in green color. Okay, here these are in green. This is in green. This is in green. This is in green. So these are like variables which are numerical. Okay, and these variables you can do any kind of numerical and arithmetical calculations. So that's how you can identify the variables here in this particular pane. The variables which are marked in blue, so those are like categorical variables. You cannot perform, and it does not make sense to do any kind of arithmetical calculation on that. You cannot do any calculation on region column, right? Because the region has string values, right? Central, east, south, west. So these are the categories. So it cannot take any other value apart from these four, right? So we have to consider this as a categorical column. And there are certain icons before this particular columns. So it defines the data type. So wherever there is A, B, C, so that means those are like string values. It is capturing the string value. So obviously, if any variable is capturing the string value, so that means, it is having a categorical column. Okay, so it's a categorical column. And if it is marked as a globe, so that means this has been identified as a geographical location. So Tableau has a, you know, so there is OpenStreetMap application which is embedded into this Tableau. Through that application, it identifies which of the variable is capturing the geographical location. So here the cities column is capturing all the geographical locations or the cities in US. Okay, so it has been identified. That's the reason it is marked as globe. So why is it important? Firstly, it will be helpful for the developer to understand whether this particular variable is a geographical location or is it something else. And second thing is, while building a chart, as soon as you drop this particular variable here, if you see here, these map charts, okay, got enabled. So that means it's saying that, okay, this, if I dropped profit, I click here, I see, showing, now I'll put city. Yes. Yeah, here it is. So if you see here, this is how, you need not to worry about, uh, how to build this particular chart. If the variable has been defined as a geographical location, so automatically it will come up with a latitude and longitude. So if you see in this particular pane, so on the top rows and columns, there is a latitude and longitude, which has been generated based on these this column. So that's kind of an intelligence, this Tableau has. And then you have a calendar icon here. So these are the columns which can be used for a timestamp as date, time, and all those things. And the hash sign says that it is the numerical column. But now this numerical column has been mapped as a dimension. So why it is mapped as a dimension is in on the row IDs, though it is a numerical values, but but it does not. These are the row IDs, but you cannot perform any kind of calculations on top of it, right? Because it does not make any sense because these are unique numbers, right? So that's the reason it is always better to consider it as a dimension rather than the measure. So these are the four different data types you will find, okay, in the dimension. So if you want to change the data type, then here you have one option, change data types. Now it is considered as a number, but if you want to change it to string or some decimal values or to date, you can able to make that change here. Now you have here all the measures like discount. So on the discount, you can take average discount, you can do total discount, you can calculate the standard deviation of the discount. So all that kind of calculations are possible on these variables. So that's the reason these are called as measures. So measure means, on a particular dimension, what you want to measure. Whether you want to measure a discount, whether you want to measure profit, quantity, sales, what measure you want to use, right? So that's how, they are calling these variables as measures because it will quantify the things for you, right? So in the people table, the regional manager and the region name, these are like categorical columns because it is capturing the names and the regions, while the people count. Now here, if you see in the measure also, this is one of the column which is auto generated. Sometimes we have to do nothing, but we have to count. Okay, how many orders? So for example, I want to find out how many orders have come where we have used different kinds of ship modes. So I'll just uh, take ship mode and I'll put orders count here. Out of total orders, these many orders have been shipped by first class, the same day, second class, standard class. So these are the different ship modes. So you do not to bother about how to calculate the count. Okay, so automatically this is auto generated. You will get this particular measure. It will be not there in your data. So this is something, okay, it is generated field. So if it's written as a generated field that counts the number of the records in the orders table. Similarly, for all the tables, you will find this kind of measure, a generated field that counts the number of records in the people table. Similarly, for the returns. Okay, so if I want to find out how many returns have come from each of the ship modes, so these are the numbers. So that's how it makes our job easy. And these are again a different variables which got generated by Tableau, right? So these counts and the latitude and longitude, these are not included in your table. This is something auto-generated. Okay, so this is about the data. Let me know if you have any questions. And you can filter from here as well. Okay. And even in fact, you can filter the data from here as well. Okay. Once you load the data, you connect the data, you just add filters. You can add multiple filters. So here, if I want to add filters based on the, let's suppose, subcategory. I don't want copiers. I don't want chairs. Sorry, I want all except copiers and chairs, right? So I'll just say okay. Okay. So here the data will get filtered, and when you use that data here, you will not find those copies and that another category here in this particular data when you are using here. So because you are filtering at the source itself. Okay. So when you are loading the data, there only you are making this, adding this particular filter. If you want to edit this, just click on this. You can add more, or you can just, if you want to edit it, you just select this particular option, say edit, and then, if you want all, then just say all, just say okay. If you don't want any filters, just say remove and just say okay. So you will get the complete data now. Okay, so you can apply filters anywhere you want. Now let's look at the bar plot. Okay, so I want to find out what is the profit across various product categories. So I'm doing nothing. I'm just double clicking it. Okay, so if I put it here, so it will create a bar chart. So all the logic how to create this bar chart and the pie chart is already done in the backend. You need not to write any kind of a logic. It's just like you have to drag and drop the fields in the right pane so that you will get the appropriate chart. Okay. So another way is like, for example, by default, by double clicking, your fields are falling in these different panes. Okay. So now if you want to draw any chart, okay, so now this shows that it is just a table. So this is highlighted, right? So that means this is just a table, right? And here it's not showing the profit. So what you have to do is you have to put that into text. Now, once you put that into text, now it shows that you have a categorical column and you have one measure on this. So if you have one dimension or one measure, this bar chart is possible. That's what it is recommending. So if you click on there, it shows here for horizontal bars, what all is required. You can build horizontal bars for 0 or more dimensions and 1 or more measures. So just click on it. It will draw you a bar chart for you. It's simple, right? No major scripting and all those things required. So now you can change the format of this chart. If you want the entire view, then just put it like this. The show me option is expandable and you can collapse. Okay, this is just like a quick help what Tableau is providing to you, to choose the appropriate charts, right? So this is how it is. And if you want a vertical bar, just you click here, it is a swap option. Here the axis will get swapped. Okay, the rows will become column, the column will become rows. So if I'm clicking on it, so this is how your vertical bar is. Now, see, now this is category. Now, if I look at the data, I have the subcategories also. So the high level category, product category is furniture, office supplies, and technology. But if I add subcategory to it, under furniture, I have certain subcategories. Under office supplies, I have certain subcategories. Under technology, I have certain subcategories. I'll just convert that into this table so that it will be easier for you to view. So these are the different subcategories which I have for each of these categories, right? Now, if I using this bar plot, again, this looks okay. This looks okay. But what if, if I have more number of subcategories? In that case, it looked very cluttered. So I'll just say entire view. This looks okay because it's clearly showing all the subcategories. So nothing is being trimmed, right? So I can clearly see all the names of these subcategories. But if you have more number of subcategories, it will look cluttered, right? It will just, you cannot read it properly. So is there any other way of, showing this particular information? So one way is like you go here, okay, see that is there any other chart which can help it. So now they are also showing the stack bar. So if you go to the stack bar, so stack bar, why it is not appropriate here is because every category has a different subcategories. So in that way, the stack chart is not a correct chart. Stack chart is basically used for comparison. Like for example, this green color, if it is the same category is also existing in this subcategory. Here also it is existing. Then you can compare for which category this particular subcategory is having the higher proportion. So that kind of a thing you can do with the stat chart, but here it does not make sense. So what I will do is I will look out for other chart. So I'll go with this. Now, does it make sense? So here, if I put category into color, probably it make little sense now because it has a fixed width, the stream map. Okay. So all these red colors are related to technology. All these blue ones are the furniture, and all these orange ones are office supplies. And it is like based on the size of these boxes, you can understand where the profits are high. But here you can see there is one alert which is you are getting. It's saying it has for few fields, it has for three fields it has a negative values. The problem with this is because this chart is depicts you can understand based on the size of the boxes. So it doesn't know how to show the negative value. If it is negative values, you cannot shrink the boxes to negative, right? So so that's the problem with this tree map. You cannot show the negative values. With the positive values, as the values increases, the box size would increase. And another thing is it is not showing all the subcategories because by default, Tableau, it kind of adjusts the graph. If there is a small boxes, it will not show basically. So you will only able to see the bigger boxes, and the smaller ones, a smaller categories will not be depicted by this chart. So tree map. So to some extent it is okay, but overall it is not giving me the complete picture. So I will not go with this. So what should I do? Pie charts, definitely it is not does not make sense. It will look like this. This is side by side bar. This we have already built in primarily, and then we have this is enabled, which is your bubble chart. So in the bubble chart, I'm just removing the category. Yes. So this is how we can read it, like by saying that all the orange ones are one particular category, the red ones are another category. Right? So based on the color, I can understand the categories. But again, there is a problem. I'm not finding all the categories here, all the subcategories here. So bubble chart is also based on the size. So if there is a size, then you can pass only the positive values. The negative values cannot be shown, based on the size. Now, what shall we do now? Okay. So one way is like this bar chart, which is kind of makes sense like this. Here it's fine because I have limited subcategories. But what if I have more subcategories? So for that, let me clean this whole thing. What I will do is I will go and build a hierarchy. So what I will do is I'll category and subcategory. On this, I will go create a hierarchy. Here you will find, just select these two columns and say create hierarchy and put this as a product. So here, if you see the new field got created known as product, and in front of that, it's showing icon known as a hierarchy kind of icon. So if you go here and put it here, as soon as you drop this, it will show you the first high level uh, variable field in this particular hierarchy, which is category. If you expand it further, you just click on this, it will expand it. So if in case anybody is interested to look at a subcategory level, then you show it. Otherwise, it is not required. If somebody wants at a category level, fine. Again, the bigger advantage with this hierarchy is like for the higher level, they would like to see at a higher, uh, they don't want to see at a granular level. They would be more interested to see at a very top level, right? So for them, the category is important, right? And they don't want to see at the subcategory. For example, there is a next level, mid-level management people. They would like to go at a subcategory level also. And if there are operational managers, they would like to see even at a granular level, like what products, okay, are giving us more profit, which of the products are getting more sold. So instead of building a separate dashboard for each of these people, okay, you can have one single dashboard where you can provide this drill down feature. Anybody who is interested to look at the data at a granular level, they can able to see it, and somebody who is not interested, it's fine, okay. So they can see at a top level only. They need not to click and get into a granular level. So here, if I put it as a discount, okay, and I'll go a bar chart, I'll make it as entire view. If I go here. Here, if you see there, I'm getting this plus icon. Okay, so if I click on this, it will show me the subcategory. Okay, again, if I'm, as I mentioned, like if you have more number of subcategories, what else you can do is you can put this category, where is the category? Yeah, into the filters. Say apply, say okay, say show filter. Just go here. So now let's suppose there are so many subcategories under each category. Okay, if you don't want to see all the category at once, just see one by one. Okay, just go to the furniture. Now it would be clear. Okay, so it will show that only these four categories, and accordingly you can able to see the chart. Now you can go to the office supplies. Okay, it will show you only office supplies. If you want to see for technology, it will show you for the technology, right? So this kind of filters also you can add it. It will make the job easy. And if somebody does not want to see at a subcategory level, just they can see at a category level. So this is how you can deal with uh, fields which have some hierarchy in it. Okay, and then you can create this hierarchy, which will enable this kind of drill down feature in your dashboard. So, so any dashboard which has a drill down feature is highly appreciated by the manager, because what happens is, see, at a very top level view, you will get a very high level insights, right? You will not able to understand what could be the root cause. So if somebody is interested to get to the root cause, then it's always better to provide them some kind of a drill down feature so that they can drill down and get to the granular level to understand where is the problem. So for example, here, let's suppose if the domain people say that like furniture sales should not be that low, what happened, to the furniture? So definitely they would be interested, like in furniture, what are the subcategories, which is impacting the overall the sales. So here I got to know it's a bookcases. So bookcases, the so I'm taking discount. Let me remove discount. Put sales here. Yeah, now it makes sense. So yeah, so here the furnishings. Furnishing is having a lesser sales. Okay. So what's the problem with the furnishing now? Okay, now instead of not to stop here, you can add product name also into this. So where is the product name? You just move that into this particular hierarchy. You can further click on it. Now it is so can also use subcategory as filter. Say furnishing. So we have so many product names. Now what to do? It's not readable. Now you have so many thousands of products, under furnishing. So what you can do is the sales also you can put it as a footer. Say show filter. Okay, so here you are seeing the filters options. Now you can reduce it, reduce it. Yeah. The minimum one is this New Dell mount plastic wall frames. This is having the minimum sales 19. If I increase it further, 20, there are so many. Okay, so this is how you can filter the data. Second. Okay, Yeah, so you have different filter options. You can select on the range of values where you will get the complete range from the minimum to maximum. If you put it as at least, okay, so it will show you like this. Okay, if you say at most, okay, it will show you like this. So you can change the filters the way you want. Typically, we go with a range of values because it will give you the flexibility to select a particular range. Here, if somebody wants to know that what is the range of sales of a particular product, what are the products which falls under this particular range, you can able to filter down those things like this. Or else you can do it manually here, 1.3. It has nothing is there. Yeah. So there's so many categories, so many product names. So if you improve this product, so okay, you can able to find out where the problem is, or else you can just sort it by lowest to highest. Okay. And if you go to this by further filter, this is the problem with high dimensional data, guys. Yeah, so here on the top you see this New Dell has mount plastic frames. So this is how you can identify where is the problem. Okay, so if I go it here 33, 36, 45, 47. So let me filter it down till 120. Yeah, now it is clear. So this is how I can filter. I can see that which of the products in this furnishing are ranging between $1.3 to $120, and because of which possibly the entire sales of this furnishing subcategory is coming out to be low. Okay, this time. If I want to see, or else there is another option I will show you. Yeah, so if it's not readable, then you have to provide all the possible filters so that the user can filter it and make it readable. So this is a good example where you have seen that if you print all the product names under subcategory, it's looking completely cluttered and nothing was readable. Okay, so if you filter down by the sales, you can able to see. Now here, if you go here, sum to sum of sales, edit filters. So here you can, again, you will get all the different kinds of options. Okay, so you can mention like at least. So it will start from 1.3. At least means wherever the sales is at least $1.3, it will start from there. Any sales wherever it is less than 1.3, it will discard. If I say at most, maximum the sales till this extent I want to include in my chart. If it is beyond this, then I don't want to include. So there you can use at most. Special is like where you can discard wherever there is a null values or non-null values. If you want all, then just make it as all. Okay. So I'm just saying, sorry, range of values, I'll say apply. Okay. Okay, and then if you want to go to okay, so here I want to show the product names. Okay, so on the product names also you will have different kinds of filters. So these are like conditional filtering. So there are various kind of filter options here. So you go to the wildcard, there is a condition. So condition, this is something I want to use. I'll say by field. Okay, I'll say wherever the sum of sales is kind of equal to or greater than or not equal to or less than equal to. This is something I can provide this kind of condition here. and it will filter down all the product names wherever the sales are meeting these kind of conditions. Here, if I go, I want a top, okay, top 10 or the bottom. So here, to find out which of the products which are giving me the lower sales, I'll go with the bottom 10. Okay, I'll say apply. I'll say okay. What's happened? Something went wrong. Bottom 10 by sales some. One second, guys. I'm taking top. This is not giving me top. Yeah. So sorry, the category was filtered. So if I'm saying top 10 product names based on the sales, it is giving me top 10. If I want to quickly want to see that what are those top bottom 10, so I'll just make it as bottom. I'll say apply, I'll say okay. Okay, and now let's suppose if I bring subcategory here. Okay, so you will able to see, from which subcategory it belongs and from which category it belongs. Okay, so you can further collapse. So these are the subcategories in which those top 10 products belongs. Okay, and this further, it will show you. So this is how, all these mechanisms you have to use it to show how the users would like to see the data. If they are interested to just to see the top 10 or bottom 10, just show top 10 and bottom 10. When you have so many product names and where it's a it's difficult to read all the products names clearly, then you just put apply some filters, logical filters, which will help the user to get their information. The one way we have seen, when you have too many products named, just add some filter option on the sales on the measure through which they can filter down the product names so that they can see where the sales are lowest, where the sales are highest. Or else you can use this filter option where you can define how many top products you want to show on your chart, how many bottom products you want to show on your chart. That's something you can fix it in your condition uh, filtering, and then you can show that much information on your dashboard. Okay. So any questions on the bar chart? Now you can add, see, even in fact, instead of showing the category here, what you can do is you can put category in the colors. Okay, it will show you the all the categories. Now this category legend will be there. It is all office supplies. So all the top sales are happening. Is it a top sales or the bottom? Let me go and select. So these are the bottom. So mostly the bottom sales are happening in office supplies. All the products which are giving the lowest sales belongs from the office supplies. I will go for top to see that where are the top ones are coming. So this is my distribution. Okay, it says that majority of the top products are from technology. Okay, so this is the highest. What is this? This is Canon Image Advanced Copier. So this is bringing me the highest sales. Okay, if I want to understand whether okay fine, this is giving me the highest revenue, but is it profitable or not? Then I will add some more information on top of this, to understand whether it is more profitable or not. Okay, that we will see. So this is how you can improve your bar chart. We have seen one traditional bar chart where we will take one single column, okay, one single numerical column and one single categorical column, and we will build one simple bar chart. But now you have seen that how you can improve it further by adding more variables. So here we have used hierarchy, and shown multiple dimensions by using that hierarchy on this bar chart. Then we have added stack. We have seen stack chart. Now let's see a stack chart. How we can see. So stack chart, I will take this order date field. I'll take this category, and I will take sales. So on this, I will go and apply the stack chart. Okay, so this is, see how quickly I have built this stack chart. Okay, so let me first load this. So this is for comparison. Now see, all these three colors are similar in all the bar charts. So what does that mean, right? From 2021 till 2024, what is the proportion of the sales across these three categories? Is it changing, or is it the same kind of constant throughout the years, or is it increasing? So all that kind of information you can get through this stack chart. So if you add the labels to it, let me go and add the labels. I'll just put sales into here. You have this pane to add the labels. So you just drop it here. Okay. Now you go and sometimes the size itself will give you all the information, but sometimes the size cannot be easily identified. Okay, whether it is bigger or smaller, there you can add numbers, labels. So here if you see, first it was 177, then 162, then 226, then 270. So you can say that, okay, in the year 2022, the sales of technology went little down, but after that there is a steady increase in the technology. If you want to compare this office supplies again dropped in 2022 and then again picked up. So again, the same kind of a pattern for office supplies as well. For this furniture, furniture, there was a steady increase, constant increase. Okay, it didn't dip in 2022. So this shows that, okay, over the years in 22, something happened because of which my sales related to office supplies and technology dropped. Okay, but later, it picked up. And for furniture, it is like always a constant increase. Now here, if you want to convert this chart even in more better way of making it more readable, go here, go to quick table calculation, say percent of total. Not this. Table down. Okay, now this will give you a further even better results. Okay, now this one was the size through which you can understand how the things were changing. Now it will also telling you the composition, right? Out of the 100% total sales in this year, this particular furniture comprises of 32%, this comprises of 31%, and this comprises of 36%. So what is the composition of this technology over the years? Okay, you can have it here. Okay. So 36, 34, 36, 36. So it is again is constant, again it is constant, again this is constant. So with this, you can understand which is giving me the higher sales over the years. So in this particular year, if you see this 36% is coming from technology. Here also 36%. Here it is 36% is coming from furniture. Something happened in 2022, but here also 36. So maximum number of years, the highest contribution of the sales is coming from technology, followed with your office supplies and furniture. Okay, so that's how you can use this stack chart for deriving these kind of information. So these are all very meaningful information, guys. Okay, and trust me, with this kind of information, they take very serious strategic decisions. So they pump up the budget, to drive more sales, okay, wherever the sales are going down. For example, if they see that in any year there is some drop in this particular sales, then they will focus on this particular segment to again bring back to again to increase the sales in this particular segment or category. So this is your stack chart. This is your side by side chart. Side by side chart does not make sense here. Okay, so here, if you want to compare, so this is how it will look like. Do you think this is better or the previous stack chart is better? So here every time, this year is repeating. So always make sure that none of the categories should repeat. Instead of that, you have to see that which uh, kind of chart will reduce that kind of redundancy. So instead of this is better, right? Here the years are not repeating. Okay, it's the same year and we are getting this stacked. Okay, the same categories got stacked. It will consume less space and it would be very clear, to read these kind of charts. Guys, are you following? Any questions?
No, Srikanth.
Okay. All right. So now what we have to see now. Okay. Now let's talk about line chart. Okay. That is also one of the common chart. So line chart, you should understand that line chart is primarily used for time factor. So you cannot use line chart if you do not have time as one of the variables. So if you have the time, then automatically you see that it will suggest for line chart. Okay. So if I'm going for the line chart, this is how it shows. So overall sales from 2021 till 2024, this is the pattern, right? If I have to compare for the three categories, so what I will do is these three categories I put that into color. So I'll get three different lines. Okay. So this particular pattern shows for a technology, and you might have noticed that every time when I'm creating a different chart, I'm putting this category into colors. You will see that it is detecting the same colors for these categories. We haven't seen that this office supplies color has been changed from orange to some other color. So that kind of intelligence this Tableau has, like wherever throughout this particular workbook, wherever in whichever sheet you will use this category column, it will assign the same colors to these categories. So that is again very important because in one of the category, if in one of the chart, if the orange color is depicting some other category, and in another chart, if orange color is depicting another category, then it will bring a lot of confusion, right, for the users. So to avoid that, it will follow the consistent color pattern across the workbook. So that's a good part with this Tableau. Oh, and automatically this date column, okay, create an hierarchy. So now see at the very high level, it is showing at a year level. If you click further, it is showing at a quarterly level. If you click it further, it will show you at a monthly level. So this is again a very good feature what Tableau has. Okay, if you have a column which is marked as a calendar, automatically that hierarchy it will create. You need not to go and define, remove the extract the month details or the quarter details, from the date field. Automatically, it will be taken care. So in the legend also, if you click it, it will highlight that particular line, for that thing. So now if you see here, there's a major issue. Okay. So I cannot read all these three lines. If I want to see that in a particular month, which one is high, which one is low, it is not clearly depicting, okay, on this because there's a lot of overlap. With three lines only, we are getting so much of confusion. What if I add subcategory to it? If I have five or six different categories, then it would be hard, to compare these lines. Okay, so for that, there is a area chart. Now, this is known as area chart. What area chart does is how you have to read it here is based on the thickness. So in this particular time period, the thickness of the blue one is higher at this particular time period, December 22. Uh, and then followed with this red, and then followed with this orange. So that means this blue has the highest sales. Sorry, red is the highest sales because it is the highest width. So we have to look at the area. So here, instead of the overlap of those line charts, what it will do is it is kind of a stacked line chart. So first on the ground, it is the technology layer. After that, the office supply is being stacked. Now, after that, on top, the furniture is stacked. So based on the area of each of these categories, you can understand where the sales is more, the sales is happening more. So this is known as area chart. So somewhere wherever you have to compare the multiple time series, there instead of going with a line chart, go with a area chart. Okay, that will give you a better visibility. Okay. All right. So today I want to stop it here because I have a meeting at 10. In 1 minute, I have a meeting. So we will tomorrow we'll discuss about calculated field. We will discuss about string calculation, date calculations. We will talk about some kind of different kinds of filters, which we have discussed. Few of those filters we have discussed, like condition filters. So we will tomorrow we'll discuss about context filters. Bar plot, stack bar, line chart, area chart. This is something we have discussed today, right? Then we will discuss about a lot of other charts like box plot, bullet graph, tree map, Gantt chart, histogram, all that thing, we will discuss tomorrow or day after. Okay. So I'll stop it here. So please practice, guys. If you haven't installed the Tableau yet, so please install it. Keep practicing. It's a beautiful tool. You will enjoy. Okay. So while practicing, you will understand how these functionalities work, and then it would be easier for you, to understand when I'll be explaining to you. Okay. So thank you, guys. Okay. So we'll connect tomorrow. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, Vikrant.